I wanted to turn around. I was like, would Estean be very angry if I turned around and went back in?
And I think that's the only time that I'm allowed to pull Louzanne. If I pull her on the track, that's a DQ, but if I can pull her onto the track,
that's okay.
That's fine.
I love training. Racing is sort of, I don't mind racing. And I think I've proven to myself that I have the BMT under sort of, pressure circumstances. But I would definitely categorize myself as more of a trainer. So Estean is more the racer and I'm the trainer. So it's actually a good combination because he loves the racing part. I love the training part. Yeah, and it was a bit nippy because when they went, the number 3 and 4 went with, and we weren't sure, do they have like a long kick in them? So Estean said to me, okay, they're going, we have to go. And I'm actually like, it's great that they showed the front, but there was a lot happening at the back. So I'm a bit sad that they didn't show what was happening, at the back as well. But yeah, it was really, I think it was an exciting final 400. And then in the last 250, the Kenyans, we really had to go past almost in lane 6. So we had to go pretty wide to get past them. So I think it was quite a thrilling final 400.
Yeah, I'm also quite bummed that they didn't show the race for bronze.
Because that
was something that I haven't experienced before on a track. I mean, being 25 meters behind with a lap to go and then having to go past with 250 to go in lane 6 or 7 with Louzanne tethered to me. I mean, that was really some next level stuff that was transpiring there on the back straight, but they only focus on the guys in front. But obviously, they have to focus on what they think they need to focus. But it was a great race to be a part of. And obviously congrats to the gold and silver medalists, but also congrats to Louzanne for the bronze and the Kenyans putting up a fight. Yeah. They made it an honest race and we're happy about that.
I've always trusted Estean, but I think he's proven to the world yesterday that I really can. His way of reading a race is next level. I mean, we could also see in the heats, he's just got a knack and a talent for reading the field and knowing when to kick. And I think a lot of that's got to do with, he knows me and he knows how I feel. And I know that when he gives me an instruction like yesterday, when he said, okay, hulle almal gaan, we have to go. I know it's go time. It's serious. We have to go. And he knows what shape I'm in. So I think it's a matter of trust both ways in terms of what I am capable of and just absolutely trusting in his judgment at that point in time. And there's really nobody else I would want to trust with that type of judgment.
That means a lot, Louzanne. Thank you. From my side, I am the running commentator. When I'm next to her, Louzanne likes to know what's going on the track. So every 100 meters, I give her like a feedback. This was the time. This is where we are. This is where they are at. That's how they're looking. And all of that gives us confidence to execute the plan that we have in mind. And I think it just transpired on the race. With a lap to go, we were both a bit nippy, but that's when I told her, listen, now or never.
Yeah, it's go time.
And if she wasn't, we train a lot together, obviously. And I can feel when she's feeling good and I can feel when she's feeling bad. And at that time, I knew, listen, we can go. 100-meter longer race would have been interesting. But yeah, I think we timed it perfectly. Definitely in longer races. That's why I'm not doing the marathon. So I mean, we had a few races in Bloom where it's like a half marathon and longer runs, and then my body sometimes just decides, listen, he doesn't want to go, and she wants to continue going. On the track, I am usually a bit faster and a bit stronger than she is. So I always feel confident guiding on the track. When we get to longer stuff, half marathons, that's where I think anything can go wrong in an hour and 20 minutes. Or if it's a marathon, anything can go wrong in 3 hours. But with Louzanne, she's just a diesel engine. She just keeps going. So definitely it goes both ways. I have more confidence in myself on the track, whereas if it gets longer, I think I need to do some longer runs in preparation.
I think it's up to different athletes. So I think Estean, he adapted to, because the guide sort of adapts to the athlete. So when he runs by himself, I mean, he obviously gets into his own stride and his own, style. But for us, it happened fairly quickly. I've had experience where you never get to run in a rhythm. There are people I've run with that, like, let's say I met them 6 years ago and up till today we can't run together properly. So I think it is a matter of how able is somebody to adapt. I think it's a lot to do with individuality. So there isn't like a set rule. I think with some people you can just run together, and with some you can't.
Yeah, from my point of view, when we run 3 minutes a K, Louzanne's cadence is 220. So that's quite fast. When I run 3 minutes a K on my own, my cadence is about 180, 190. So I have to give shorter strides when running with her, but I know that's how she runs and that's how she competes. So I need to adapt to her circumstances. And to put her in the best position that she can be. So I think that understanding from being a runner as to how you feel comfortable to translate it through to Louzanne, I think that's what made it easier for me. But we still need to adapt. And you need to train and you need to run a lot together. So no.
I personally don't think so. If I take myself, I wouldn't really have the energy. It shouldn't be that easy on the track that you can really listen to somebody else. So I wouldn't be able to really listen to somebody besides Estean. So, and remember, the crowd in there is pretty noisy. So I don't think people will really hear what you're saying. But I have to say, from my experience, he's definitely the most vocal, which I think is a good thing. So I don't really hear other guides communicating with athletes very often on the track itself. I mean, obviously, probably they do, but it's not something that, I would necessarily listen for with another pair of competitors, because I'm focused on Estean and what he's communicating. So I suppose it can be an advantage if you speak English, or, an advantage to speak another language. But I don't really think it matters, because you wouldn't, as a competitor, I would not really listen to somebody else what they say.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective for me. Because before the race, I told Louzanne, listen, I think I'm going to communicate in Afrikaans with you. Just so, for example, if I say, we need to go, maybe the guide can maybe pick that up and communicate that with the athlete. But if I say, ons moet nou gaan,
you're not going to know.
They won't know what we're saying. So I do think from an athlete's point of view, like Louzanne, they're so focused on the guides, but I also notice that I'm the one that talks the most. I'm the running commentator, and I think they just run. And I think our big advantage is the communication, whether it be in English or Afrikaans. I think that's our biggest.
But also Afrikaans is both our home language. So I think that's sort of, you're going to fall back on that in any case on the track, because you're most comfortable in that, and you can express yourself. Look, there's not a lot of time, I think, for athletes or guides to think. You have to think fast and act fast. So to speak in Afrikaans for us for him would just probably come more naturally, because he's able to get his thoughts out. Not his thoughts, but what he wants me to do much more quicker than if it was like English.
Yeah, I think I knew with 150 to go, but I kept that information to myself
In order for us to run a PB.
to run a bit faster. I know what Louzanne needs. And if I told her, listen, with 150 to go, we've got it, I think a little psychological thing is we are going to back down.
Yeah, because you are already tired, you are feeling lactic, you know.
But with 50 to go, I felt she's got a lot of lactic, and I told her, listen, relax, enjoy the moment, you've got bronze. But then also I saw us, gaining on second place, and like, come Louzanne. But nevertheless, I mean, it was a great race, and I think with 150 to go, I looked back and I knew, okay.
Yeah, so he explained it nicely afterwards. He said to me, so we passed on the 250, so we passed on the back straight, and he said when he looked around on the 150, there was no one.